Hello, Flosstube. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, here with my update number. I just looked at it. Of a mind like a goldfish. Um, 434. Today is Saturday, May 9th. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of you moms out there, and to those of you who celebrate Mother's Day either with your mom with you, or those of us whose mothers have passed away. Um, yeah, just thinking about my mom. I don't know if I'll be doing anything special tomorrow for Mother's Day. I don't think we don't have any concrete plans or anything, so I don't know what may come up. And I don't know if I'm going to do any special stitching for Mother's Day. I haven't really thought that through. Um, I talked about last time about my to my dear father pattern, and I may do stitch on that for Mother's Day just because I don't have a specifically mother related project for Mother's Day, just for fun stitching on it. So I don't know if I'll do anything like that. But anyway, so happy Mother's Day tomorrow. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna do. I don't have a whole lot of stitching to talk about, but I have a little bit. Um, so for so my two WIPGO projects for May are Millie, one of the Stacy Nash animal crackers, and then Silver Creek Samplers Lost and Found. So the first, each one has 7 days. So the first one, Millie, the 7 days have already passed, and I've been working on it. So I keep showing this little cartoon. It's not, I mean, not photographs, whatever, but it's this is the actual pattern. Millie, this little elephant, is one of her Stacy Nash's animal crackers. So that was my I had started it last year. I guess it was on my WIPGO as a new start. Yeah, new start last year. And so I think last week I talked about I had put in a few more lines of this blanket, but I'm the only thing I have left to do now. I've done all the little details, the little hat and the face, and um, and there's like some back stitching on this tail here, long stitches. The pattern mentioned something about using two strands of parchment color for the party hat, but I was like, is there supposed to be some kind of a like line indicating where the party hat being tied on or something like that? And I can't find anything in the picture to suggest that, and I can't find anything on the pattern to suggest that. Like with the long stitches that are on the tail here, there's gray lines on the pattern to show you where the stitching is supposed to be for the tail. But there's nothing like that for the party hat, so I didn't do anything. I guess I could like once this is all stitched, do some put the strings in there to tie the party hat on the elephant's head or whatever, I guess. But it's not, as far as I could tell, it's not indicated in the pattern and not indicated in the picture anywhere. So I don't know. So I didn't do it. But otherwise, all that's left is the gray of the elephant's body, and I have run out of this thread, so I have to order some more. Confederate gray is the color that's used for the body of the elephant, and it's also used. Excuse me. I actually took that skein of thread, what was left of it, from my other Stacy Nash Call of the Sea whale pattern, because the that gray is used as part of the little medallions that are on the bottom of that pattern. They're like done with blue and Confederate gray. I mean navy blue and Confederate gray and some other color make those medallions, and then there's a like a border around the whole design that's in Confederate gray. So I need it for that pattern to when I eventually get around to finishing it, but I need it for this. Um, and I think right now those are the only two patterns I have that thread in them. Uh, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have to order some more of that or buy some more of that. I don't know if I'll have a chance to get up, to the attic. It's kind of far now down here. We live down here in Santan, and the attic is pretty far. It's probably a good hour away now, and so it's um, sometimes easier to just and the thing is, I just recently had ordered two colors for that Call of the Sea pattern, and if I'd have, looked ahead a little bit, I would have ordered more of the Confederate Gray while I was at it. But live and learn. So I have to actually look at some other patterns I have that call for fancy flosses and see what other colors I may need to order. Anyway, this is the Silver Creek Samplers. This is my second WIPGO project because I'm on to my second one now. Lost and Found, and so last time I had this had come up, I had done like part of those sheep, and I had done some of the leaves here, and I had done the outline of most of I guess I had not filled in all of the little diamonds on this border. Um, there's a lighter green color that's in here, um, and I had not done any of the light green, but I had done some of there's a dark green and a red, right? So I had done most of those up to about here, and then I did just the red to finish this out, and I had not done the dark green. So I just went ahead and got the two green colors and finished out this. So this little piece of the border is done, and there's this little piece, and then there's another piece down at the very bottom that underneath everything. So I have not done that at all yet. But so after I did that, I had the dark green out to finish this pattern. To finish the border. So I went ahead and did some more of the leaves. So I think before mm, I think I got up to here, and I had not done any of these leaves on this side. So all of the leaves on this side of the little branch here, I might have done this one. I don't know, but anyway, all of these are from what is it? Yesterday was the third. Was Friday. Yeah, so that was my first day. Yesterday, Friday. So, like I said, I finished all of that, and I worked on these leaves here, and then I kind of got sick of doing the green. So right now I'm working on it's hard to see, but this lighter color of the sheep. The face and all that was done, and I think all of this darker color in the fleece is done. I think. Um, So it's just this lighter color. It's the same color. It's hard to see on camera, but for the legs, right? It's the same color for the sheep's body. So that's the color I'm working on now. And the sheep, one of the sheep only has three legs. I haven't done the fourth leg yet. And then the hooves are just a regular, 310 black. And I must have pulled a 310 out of this project, for other things. So I have to go pirate it again. I think I probably have like 40,000 bobbins of the black thread. So I just have to find one. Because I think all that is left in this on black and in this pattern are just those hooves. Everything else is like greens and reds and whatever. So yeah, so I wanted to get that done so I could get the hooves in, but I need to do that fourth leg to make sure I get the hoof in the right place. But anyway, so yeah, that's coming along very nicely. I probably will not finish it this round. I don't know. Partly because like the body of the sheep, I was looking at the you know the pattern of filling it in and try to make a game plan of which direction I was going to go or whatever. And it's not so much that there's a lot of stitching, although there is a lot of this color of stitching, but that it's complicated in like what's the best way to get around it, and doing a combination of one stitch at a time, or back and forth stitching, and getting around everywhere. Yeah, it's complicated in terms of just direction. It's not like just back and forth stitching or whatever, like a blocks of stitching. Like in the Calling of the Sea whale, the whale itself is just a lot. At this point, everything's done except just back and forth of this of these colors. And so yeah, so this sheep has some contrasts and colors, some interesting shapes and all that, but that means that the stitching of it is more complicated. And then of course I have all the wording to do, which goes pretty quickly, but so we'll see how far I'm gonna get. And there's like grass and flowers and stuff down here in this pattern. Sorry. Yeah, there's the flowers, and there's some all the grassy hill things in there and all that, and then there's that bottom border, and it has the year on here. It says 2020, and I don't think the pattern has like a thing of numbers or whatever. So, but if I could finish it this year, I'll make that into a 6. But yeah. But there's you can't see it very well in this picture up here, but there's a dove. You can't see it here either. There, a dove, and this little heart. That's done. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how. Like I said, I've only worked on it a day and a little bit today, so that remains to be seen how far I can get in the next few days. So that's all the stitching that I have for WIPGO, and I have a few things. We were at Hobby Lobby. I can't speak today. The other day before yesterday. Eve wanted to get a few things, and so of course I was tagging along, and I didn't really need anything, but I was helping myself. So one of the things they have a lot of on display is a lot of patriotic Americana kind of thing because of the 250th anniversary. And so I was looking at it, and one of the things I got was this little ornament thing. It says 1776, and it's got this little wire up here. So I thought it's yeah, it's kind of nice. I like that, just for fun. I don't know if I because of the way this wire is attached, I don't think I can. I was thinking, I could finish something in the back, but I don't think I could because of the wire here. So I don't know. But it was a nice thought for a few seconds. But yeah, that's some other really cute Americana things. They had like a little United States shape. It's all wooden ornaments with like a jute hangers or whatever. There was a United States one. There was a U.S. flag. Some other things like that. So if you're looking for stuff like that, that's a good place to find some interesting things. Anyway, the one of the main things I wanted to get while I was there was at my church they have a program where they do like a little kind of like a little gift bag when a new member joins the church or whatever, and so they were looking for some like handmade craft kind of things to include in this bag. Some time ago, I went there for a visit, I think, and I got this little goodie bag as a visitor, I think. But it came with a bunch of little things in it. So one of the things, like I had it's a little plastic canvas cross thing in there, but also one of the uh, crafts included in this little gift bag was a tissue holder. So it's cloth and has a little opening here. You can put a packet of these individual tissues in there. So I've had this for years now. But anyway, so the church had sent out a newsletter saying they were looking for some crafts to contribute to that, and I talked to the lady that's doing it. I talked to her on the phone because what I was thinking of was if I could contribute something, because at first I thought, oh, cross stitch, maybe I could do something cross stitching, but but I thought, that's kind of it's a little labor intensive. I have to come up with figure out a design first, and what I could do that I could adapt, that I could do quickly, that I could do maybe a dozen of whatever. And I thought, cross stitching is a little intense for that. But so what I thought of was some kind of a zipper pull or something you could put on your keychain or whatever. I had thought of bookmarks, but then I thought, in this day and age, nowadays, people don't necessarily use a physical Bible. They use like a Bible on an app on their phone or on their tablet or whatever. So, the idea of a bookmark may or may not be useful to people. I don't know. So what I thought of instead was like a zipper pull slash keychain adornment or whatever you want to call it. Um, so I am, because I'm old school. I have a Bible cover thing, and it has a zipper pocket, and it's got a zipper around the outside, and so you could conceivably stick something like, I have this example here. I have this. This is a I bought this from Beth Twist some time ago. It's supposed to be like a scissor fob, but actually I don't have a pair of scissors that this little thing fits on, and you know I haven't changed it out or anything like that. But it does fit very nicely on. If I can hold it right, on a zipper. So I thought something like this would work. Now I can't get this off now because my hands are not working on me. But anyway, um, here, 1 second, please. Yeah, I want to take that out because I just want to use this. But anyway, so I thought I could do something like that. So I have this little package of they're like little cross charms. I have some, but I went ahead and got some more because I wasn't sure how many or whatever I had in on hand. But also, I bought a little packet of little lobster claws, and I was just looking at this. And I thought, there's one in here that is missing the little latch on there. It's just the hook part without a latch. But I have several of these, but this is a sort of a medium size. Because I was trying this little one that I have. I was trying it in different places, and like let me get my keychain, my wallet with keychains, my jailer's keys. I have a whole bunch of little keys on there because I have them just for fun. But like that smaller lobster claw thing I have um, fits. What was I looking at? I had it in my hand a minute ago, I thought. Oh yeah, okay, um, this little kind of split ring thing, this keychain, it fits on here, but it doesn't fit, for instance, on here, right? This is the larger one that, So something like this, a smaller lobster claw like that, may or may not be useful. But this one is just a little bit larger, and that would fit, basically anything. So I'll probably use those. This is my wallet. It has a whole bunch of keys, things on it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I also bought like just a little strand of these just little blue beads, and I have a bunch of beads, to sort of intersperse it with and think about, the design, because I'm only going to make them about this big, because I don't, they're not going to be like a scissor fob. They're going to be just a zipper pull or whatever adornment for your keychain or whatever. So that's my thinking that I'm going to do those for the little member gift bag things. Um, on a related note, I have I had a little disaster last night. We went to my sister Naomi's house to film our Three Sisters video because she had something going on today. Excuse me. So we went over there, and as I was getting out of the car, went to put my purse. Um, I when I put it when I wear it with the strap. This used to be my purse shoulder, as most women will attest. You have a purse shoulder and a non-purse shoulder, right? You have a shoulder that wear your purse on all the time, and I think the muscles in your arm or your shoulder, whatever, sort of, it may be your dominant hand. I don't know what it is that determines which side you wear your purse on, but most people have, a shoulder that they just naturally, holds that thing up. As a matter of fact, I used to put everything on this shoulder. I had a shoulder strap for my bassoon case and my music bag and my purse. I'd load it up on my shoulder, and but since my stroke that affected this side of my body, I can't keep a purse on my shoulder on this shoulder. It just kind of like I don't have that sort of innate little muscle, whatever it is that keeps a purse on your shoulder. So I wear my purse crossbody, kind of over my head, and I went to do that last night as I was getting out of the car, and my purse, my strap, this strap that I was using, this came off. And at first I thought, in the split second that happened, I thought maybe this had broken. But then my purse fell on the ground, and I realized that the little purse handle had come apart. This is the handle on my purse. This is my little purse, my little elephant purse. I've had it for years. Um, and this is actually not the original handle that came with it. The handle that came with it is a little bit smaller. And at the time I went to finally replace it, for years I had it just sitting in my closet with no handles on it because years ago I lost one of the screws that held the handle on, and so it was basically useless. And I thought I had the handle somewhere. I think I still do. I think I came across it somewhere. Anyway, but for years I needed the hardware, to replace it, and couldn't find anything like that or whatever. And so I finally found these like on Amazon or something, and they're not quite, they have a little bit of flare right here at the bottom. Instead of coming straight down, they have a little bit of a flare. And so they're kind of squeezed into position here. I don't know if you can tell, but this is slightly crooked instead of, to make it fit. But I managed to squeeze it on there. So, but then last night, what happened was, this side, if you can see this it's held it on with a string instead of a screw, right? Because the little screw that goes in this U-shaped thing here, the screw actually, I think, broke, because the other side of this strap was hooked on this U-shaped hook, and I guess, I don't know if the pressure or whatever, that the screw on this side broke, and right now it's held together with the string. With it's actually pearl cotton. My older sister said, "Hey, this string is pretty strong," and she just tied it there so that I could, carry it and not have it, not have to carry it like this, like I was doing. So I have to, uh, see if I can do something, find the hardware to replace it. But yeah, that's my little disaster of my purse. It's like I said, it's a sort of it's a minor disaster, but it's a disaster. My sister said, "Well, you could get a different purse." I'm like, I don't want to get a different purse. For years and years, I had a big purse, and I had, the bigger the purse, the more junk I put in it. As a matter of fact, that little purse is, you know, and when I moved to this little purse, I sort of pared down, like, oh, well, I don't need to carry this, I don't need to carry that, and trying to carry the bare minimum. My phone fits in it, my wallet fits in it. On Sundays, I put my glasses case on top, kind of. But I don't carry my glasses all the time. But yeah, so I had already pared down to the smaller purse for that. You know, it irritates me that I don't want to have to find a different purse. Anyway, but excuse me. Back to stitching. One of the other things I bought at Hobby Lobby the other day was this little packet of Zweigart fabric, their artiste brand, but this is 25 count Lugana, and the reason I was thinking about it is that I talked before about my Americana patriotic patterns, and I was debating about, again, kind of waiting to hear about what the challenges are for cross stitch camp, and whether or not any of them will involve patriotic stitching, and what the prompts might be for that or whatever. And so I'm kind of like, should I start anything? Should I save something for cross stitch camp? I don't know if I start the right thing that will whatever. And so I did find my patriotic things that I most recently bought. I don't know if I have any others lurking around that I don't know of, that I don't remember. But I realized on Sunday, I realized I'd forgotten to mention one that I bought recently called The Glory in the Wind. This was a market release. This last whatever market was, last month, 2 months ago, I don't know. But this was it was just gorgeous. I went ahead and bought this at the attic after market, because I hemmed and hawed about buying this when I was doing my market purchases, but I did just the Beneath the Waves patterns, and this one, like I said, I thought about it, and in the end I didn't buy it because I was trying to limit myself, trying to limit how much money I spent and all this stuff. But then when we were at the attic, I saw it and I was like, I want it. So I went in and got it. It's so gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, so this is one I was thinking about starting because Stephanie on Pam and Steph on Just Keep Stitching had started it, and I thought, oh yeah, I have that. And I had, when I had gone through and calculated, like, how big a piece of fabric I needed for each of these patriotic things, and I did not count the 25 count Lugana size on the back here. I had done a one for 28 count, one for 32 count, and one for I guess this must be 36 count, because I thought, maybe I have like those grab bag fabrics, and I might use one of those if I have one that's the right size. What size do I need? Yada yada. And so the 25 count Lugana size, I plugged in my into my cross stitch calculator, and the size it told me was 14 by 12, and this piece of fabric is 11 by 18, so I don't think it'll work. But so that's the Glory in the Wind, and I probably have a piece of fabric that'll work for that. We'll see. This is the Barbara Anna Long May She Wave design, and this one is needs a little bit bigger fabric, I think. You know, the 28 count is like 13.5 by 14.5. It calls for that. So, but this one, I thought I might be able to start it this month because it's too big for cross stitch camp for me. You know, I wouldn't be able to finish it within the 30 days, 31 days for any of the cross stitch camp challenges. This is Stand Firm, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln. This by Sweet Wing Studios. Let me put the glare on that. So it says, be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. That's an Abraham Lincoln quote. And it's got a bunch of little motifs on there. There's an eagle, there's a flag, there's the log cabin, the axe, because he hewed the fence, I think, was the idea. There's a lantern, because they learned to read by lamplight. There's a tree down there, because I don't know the axe in the tree. I mean, planted trees, cut down trees, I don't know what. There's a flag, there's a $5 bill, because he's on the $5 bill. There's a penny down here, a Lincoln penny. And a couple of other things, I don't know what. And there's the Lincoln Memorial down at the bottom. So anyway, this one is, the stitch count is 89 by 105. Yeah. So there's that one. And I haven't done the 25 count Lugana calculation for any of these. It would probably easily fit on this. This is Stam and Liberty, stitching with the Housewives. It's a little in their Sip of the Seasons series. So that one here. And this one is 84 by 112. And then this one I chose fabric for. This is the Plum Street Samplers Freedom Flock. It's one of those little stack of animals. So this is a stack of eagles. There's this eagle here, and there's a little baby eaglet on the very top there. I don't know if you can see it. He's there on the head of this other eagle, little eaglet. And so there's a flag and some other things. So this Freedom Flock is 57 by 91. So this is one I could definitely do for cross stitch camp, I think. And I had chosen, this is one of those grab bag fabrics. And I think that would work. The size and everything. This is, the size of this fabric is 12.5 by 7.5. And this is, I believe, is 36 count. And so for the 36 count is 7 by 9. And for 32 count, it's 7.5 by 9.5. So this would fit well for this. So we'll see how that goes. If it fits any of the prompts, like I said, I want to save the smaller ones for for the cross stitch camp prompts to see, if any of them are applicable, will fit for any of those prompts. But for the two larger ones, the Glory in the Wind and Long May She Wave, I may just go ahead and start those this month before cross stitch camp. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm trying to see if I can fit this 25 count Lugana in any of those patterns. We'll see. Now that I look at it, it's probably at 11 inches. Probably going to be too uh, that 11 inches is too small for at 25 count for all of the designs. So I'll have to look in my. I have several pieces in my fabric bag, both dyed and undyed, that would probably fit any of those patterns. I just have been to, like I said last week, new starts are not necessarily my favorite. So having to uh, find the right size fabric, I have to go through all my fabrics and find and then I have to decide, which is a difficult thing for me to say. Well, do I want to do this color? Do I want to do that color? Um, yeah. So um, and I'm not really into neutrals. I was actually thinking about using like doing some tea dyeing or something to do something with this color, because it's just such a natural, kind of off white color, and I want to jazz it up with, like some tea dyeing or something, to do something with it. So I want to look through my dyed fabrics and my grab bag fabrics and see if I've got something that'll fit those patterns. So, and I also need to go through my threads to see if there's anything else I need to order, since I need to order that Confederate gray thread. I want to see if there's others that aren't I think last time I was looking for threads at the attic, there were a couple of colors that they did not have. They were out of. Um, and so I may go ahead and order those when I order the Confederate gray that I'm missing. Anyway, so that is what I'm looking at. I'm gonna finish stitching on Lost and Found, and then I have the two new starts, um, Lindy stitches. Nevermind, the passive aggressive raven, um, and the other one. What do you call it? Um, it's my other new start for May. Moongazer. It's by Heartstring Samplery. So those two, I haven't looked at the fabric for requirements for those either. So I don't know. So I have a lot of planning to do to prepare for the summer, for cross stitch camp, and for any Americana stitching I want to do. And then I have this little side project that I want to do. I think, like I said, because we found a couple weeks ago, uh, we were able to get a hold of our some of our jewelry thing, the beads and stuff we were using to make scissor fobs and all that. Um, we were able to get that stuff out of the storage unit, and so I should be able to find the things I need to make those little fobs, little zipper pulls or whatever, and to get those to the lady at my church um, soon enough, so she can add them to that little gift bag idea that she has that they do. Um, anyway, so that is all I have for this week, I believe. And yeah, so like I said, I'm just getting started on my second WIPGO project, um, and we'll see how that goes. And then I'll see if I can do something to fix my purse. Um, yeah, yeah, that's a little bit of a complicated endeavor. Um, I may be able to, get the little hardware stuff, at least the screws. Sorry. Um, I don't know. I haven't looked into it yet because it just happened. Just happened last night. Um, but we shall see how that's going to work out. Anyway, that is all I have. And so I think I lost my phone. I think next week should be normal, if you will. I'm just going to look at my calendar real quick here. Oh, next weekend is the Spring Mingle. Next weekend is Spring Mingle. So I don't know. I will probably do an update at some point, but it's Friday night through Sunday night, I guess, Sunday evening, whatever. Um, and so I'll be spring mingling. If you're gonna be there, hit me up if you see me roaming around the spring mingle. um, there'll be the various stitching tables and speed dating, and there are some classes if you want to take classes. I think I'm not taking any classes because um, I think I'm this time I'm just going to be stitching in general, meeting other people. There's usually some, entertainment stuff. There's some, I didn't look to see if they're like um, kind of interview kind of things, with some of the designers and that sort of thing. So I don't know what's coming up, but I've got my general admission ticket, and I'm going to be hanging out at the Spring Mingle next weekend. So I should be able to stop in and do a little bit of an update. I think my sisters and I are going to be doing a regular update next week as well. My younger sister is going to Chicago right after the weekend, but we're not going to miss an update on the weekend. So uh, so I'll probably be ducking out of the Spring Mingle for those two videos, for my update here and the video we film uh, with the three of us. But other than that, I will be at the Spring Mingle next weekend. And but yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how things are going by then. Yeah, I guess because by next weekend I should have finished the 7 days on Lost and Found and everything else. So we'll see how it goes. Alrighty then, I will see you next weekend. Uh, Here for sure, and if not here, then also at the Spring Mingle if you're going to be there. Um, yeah, and until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Bye bye. Yeah, sorry. Okay, bye.